Hello, welcome to Caesar's Snack Sandwich. Today I'm going to take a quick look at Reaper Farm's Boo little game here. It's pretty cool. There's some pretty cool tech in here, and I think it's pretty interesting what they've done here. And they based it on their vVelo Vault, which basically I would guess does the same things. I haven't read through this other article, but basically I read through this and I came across a couple questions, so I decided to dig a little deeper. And since I did dig deeper, I decided I might as well make a video on it. So I believe this is the vault here, the single staking vault here. And I do have a flowchart, and I did go through, the harvest call and then different kinds of transactions that are called and the different tokens that are harvested and sold and so forth in order to make this compounder work. Okay, so let's go over the flowchart and then I'll explain to you what I understand is happening here. Now, of course, as always, come and confirm what I'm saying. Go ask them, go to their Discord, ask their questions, come and read this for yourself and decide what you believe based on that. Okay, so let's go over to the flowchart. Okay, so here we are on the flowchart. We have dollar bill and we have boosted bill. Now, dollar bill has some Boo tokens and he wants to make some more money with them, right? So he wants more Boo tokens. So what does he do? He stakes the Boo tokens in the Reaper Vault and gets back a Reaper Vault token, right? So a share token based on it. Now, this is, of course, like any other vault. It's auto compounding. You just hold this token and it goes up in value. And when you want to withdraw, you will get back more Boo than you put in. Now, what does the vault do with the Boo? The first thing it will do is it will take your Boo, all the Boo inside here, and it'll stake it into Spooky Swap and turn it into basically XBoo, right? So XBoo tokens. Now, XBoo tokens are auto compounding as well. So they get rewarded with Boo tokens, which are compounding inside the XBoo token, right? So it doesn't quite make sense if he's going to do this. If there's not more to it than this, then he's better off just taking the Boo tokens and putting them straight into Spooky Swap, getting the XBoo and just holding that, right? However, this vault does do a whole bunch of extra things, right? So over here we have Boosted Bill. Now Boosted Bill is more degen. Let's say he's bought in one of these NFTs. They're called Magic Cat NFTs for the Spooky Swap system. So you would use some Fantom on PaintSwap to buy one of these NFTs. Now I'm not sure what happened. I wasn't following Spooky Swap when they did the pre-mint, so I'm not sure if they sold a whole bunch of them for something and where that revenue went, if anywhere. So I don't know the history of this per se, right? So that's something maybe you can comment in the description or comment in below and tell me how was what was the minting like of these NFTs. But what do these NFTs do? Basically, let's say Boosted Bill has some Boo and he turns it into XBoo, right? So he stakes it for X and converts it to XBoo. Then this NFT will boost the amount of Boo tokens that he gets, okay? Which is very interesting, okay? Now, he can take that XBoo and he can stake it into the next phase of this, which is the contract is called the Ace Labs contract. So I'm not sure why they called it that, but basically the XBoo can be staked in this contract. And this contract is pretty interesting in its own way because what it does is it only takes XBoo, but it can have many tokens as rewards, like pretty much anything. So I believe that these tokens here that are currently the rewards for staking XBoo are like bribes that these protocols have given to Spooky Swap in order to get Boo rewards on their LPs. This is an assumption. I'm not exactly sure. Confirm this, okay? So currently that you could choose to get Oath tokens, Carrot tokens. I can't remember this one. I think it's Heck tokens and then single tokens. These are the current tokens, but I believe that these can change to pretty much anything, right? So moving on. So let's say Boosted Bill doesn't have any Boo, but he has an NFT. So the NFT is kind of useless to him, right? So instead of having to buy Boo and then stake it, what he can do is he can stake the NFT in the Reaper farms instead, okay? Now I'm going to call it delegate, but I believe it needs to be staked, okay? So if they stake it to Reaper farms, then Reaper farms will stake it on behalf, right, of him. So think of it like delegation. He's going to delegate his boost power to Reaper, and Reaper will then get the boosted rewards on the XBoo, right? Now, these extra Boo tokens will be converted, like they will be farmed and converted to the Reaper token, the Reaper Boo token vault, and given to Boosted Bill. So the benefit of this is that he doesn't need to claim and do anything. He's just basically delegate his NFT and gain an interest-bearing token, right? This Reaper token. Okay. Now, this in the article, they talk about sending the XBOO to the farms. Now, this is a little unclear, but based on what I can understand by looking at the contracts and looking at the Etherscan harvest calls and stuff, I believe that they are sending them to the Ace. Now, the only tokens that I see them selling are Oath and Tarot. So I believe they are harvesting these tokens, selling them for, back to Fantom, and then using the Fantom to buy Boo, and then using the Boo to add more to this. Now, I don't know why they're not doing the single or the heck. Maybe because they're short term, maybe because the liquidity is not very deep, or maybe non-existent, right? I'm not exactly sure why they don't just spread across all of them, but these are the only tokens I saw getting harvested and then also sold. Okay, so this is pretty much the system in play. I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's clever. I really like the idea that Boosted Bill here doesn't need any Boo tokens, but he can start to accumulate Boo tokens simply by holding this NFT and granting that boosting power to Reaper. And I think all the players in this ecosystem are happy. They're all getting their fair share and so forth. And that's pretty much it. I hope this has been useful and interesting. And I thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.